So you joined the Fire Lilies based on some promises of knowledge?
Knowledge and power, yes.
And what kind of powers did you gain? The ability to transform, like I saw your friend Reginald do.
Oh, well, that's something that we've always had. That's something a little different. This was more an exchange of power, but different kind of power. See, we've always been deeply connected to nature,
Okay.
but we haven't always been connected to other kinds of magic. So we were just trying to tap into, I guess, that a different kind of magic to see if we could get more power.
Yes, I have heard there's old magic and new magic.
I don't think it's really old magic and new magic. I think it's just old information and new ways of utilizing magic and manipulating it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So, we didn't catch your name, speaking to the red-haired woman.
Well, I suppose it does me no good to try and hide things from you. So my name is Rosaria.
Nice to meet you, Rosaria. I wish you wouldn't have injured us the way you did, and I wish maybe you hadn't have damaged the airship port. But
well, that was thanks to Reginald, f***ing things up. Not due to me, certainly. And she just kind of like glares at Reginald like.
So what was the intended purpose there?
It was supposed to just be a message and to be a distraction to get people away from the area. That seems to be where all of the more important runes are placed on the tree. It's it was just supposed to get rid of people for a while, and so that we could investigate and do more things. But someone decided that it was a good idea to just cause an even bigger scene than we were supposed to.
So were you the ones that were damaging the runes that were nearby?
Yes, it was part of our research and investigation. We were trying to see if we had translated things properly and restored, this. And she pulls out the dagger that was described in the book. We found this when we found the book. I'm sure you've read my translation on it. It's called Nettlebane.
Mm-hmm. She's holding that out now?
Yes. We were trying to make sure actually that I had translated things right and that this object did what it said it did. Which it did. We've confirmed that it does in fact neutralize whatever runes or things it comes to contact with, but it also starts to slowly kind of kill things at the same time, so we can't use this anymore because we're not trying to kill the world tree.
And what are you planning to do with this Nettlebane now that you've created
I'm
it?
hoping... we didn't create this.
Where'd it come from?
We found it when we found the book.
Oh. Where did you say you found the book?
Well, in that library. That whole library was something that... No, we didn't make that.
So is that some kind of ancient...
It's been there for a while. We discovered it.
I wouldn't go back there. There's lots of guards around that they said they were looking for a girl with red hair. I believe that's you. I wouldn't want to go back there if I was you.
Why would they be looking for me? They didn't say anything to me when I passed two guards on my way into the train.
They just said they'd seen you around there and you were suspicious, so...
Something about an explosion at an airship dock? I don't know. It's just what we heard.
Something tells me you're the reason why they suspect me at all.
Well, can't be us. But yeah, I wouldn't go back there. Mal, we could use that as a base.
Yeah, I'd steer clear there if I were you.
See, the thing is, that whole library is filled with a lot of information, and we still need to translate a lot of things in there. But it's a slow process considering how we have to do it.
Too bad about the fire. Can I roll deception?
Fire? Yeah, you can. You certainly can.
I'm gonna try to roll deception. Yeah, all the books they burnt down. I'm sorry about that.
Ooh.
19.
Ooh.
The fire? What fire? How did any fire get in there?
Well, I think it was.
Did you burn it down after we left?
No, we don't know either. We just saw smoke coming from the tree, and then we heard some guards saying that all the insides were burnt out, and that's when we, as we said, that the guards were looking for you. Maybe they think you did that too. I'm not sure.
There's no way that it should have ever caught on fire, and there shouldn't. This ruins all of our work. this ruins all of our plans. How did anyone even get in there? How did a fire get in there? As far as I know, and she stares at Reginald when she says this, he and I were the only ones that figured out how to get in there in the first place.
Reginald, do you want to explain this?
What do you mean? I have nothing to explain. Look, I know I messed up that one time, but seriously? You're gonna blame me for that too? Who else can I blame, Reginald? You're the one that seems to not really pay attention to his surroundings and find himself being chased by not one, not two, but 5 whole people that found our secret library. Listen, that was a huge mistake. I get it. And I know I messed up the airship thing. But I swear there's no way anyone else would have ever found their way into there unless they told them how to get in.
Hey, we found
you guys.
We found our way in there, so you can't say, you led us there. We could have, other people could have followed us there. We're not responsible. Like as you're saying, you're not responsible for who follows you.
And anyway, no one's being suspicious about me. They're suspicious of the lady with red hair.
Yeah, your books are gone. Sorry. I did
There
find
goes
this
any
book
plans
about
we
monks.
Yeah, that doesn't really help. But great.
Well, perhaps you better start a new library in a new city.
We can't start a new library with things that we hadn't even been able to translate because they were ancient texts that we had no knowledge of.
I understand.
This is awkward, like a dinner date with the enemy.
Well, I suppose we're done here, so if you'll excuse me.
Where are you guys heading anyway?
I don't think we really need to discuss anymore with you. And she just starts to walk off to a different part of the train.
Hey Reginald, your dad says hi.
What? Okay, great.
Alright, bye.
You mean my stepdad?
Oh yeah, Frederick?
It does make more sense with the height difference that it's a stepdad.
Yeah?
Yeah, he says hi. That's just...
Did you say stepdad?
Yeah, what about him?
I was just curious. He said you hadn't talked to him in a while.
And I don't plan on talking to him.
Well, whatever family issues you may have had, I mean, do you know your real father?
No.
Interesting.
Listen, I'm not about to discuss family things with people that I don't know, so if you'll excuse
Fair
me,
enough.
I have a partner to go calm down.
That's alright. We're more family friends rather than actual friends anyway, Reg. So, yeah, no worries. Enjoy.
Yeah, he just kind of ignores you as he walks off. It's just like angrily.
This is such an awkward conversation. Oh boy. Okay, so now we're kind of back by ourselves with our own crew. Rinto, what do you think? What do you make of all this? What do you think our new plan is?
Well, at least we convinced them that the library's gone, so that's good. Maybe we can haul some books out of there and, put them in some safer spots. I don't know if Master Orion could work out where that kind of base was from where the runes were, but hopefully he doesn't find it either, and we'll have ourselves a new little hideout there with some information. But yeah, I don't know. We'll go to this next town and see what adventure lies there.
Okay, so back on the train, and we're heading. We're gonna head back towards Viren.
Yeah, you guys are, the train has been moving for quite a time now while you guys were discussing things with Reginald and Rosaria. And you spend another 4 hours just kind of talking, sometimes like napping a little bit while the train makes its way through the forest to Viren.
Sounds good.
And not long after Reginald had stormed off, the two come back and take their original seats, and it looks like Rosaria was probably crying and still quite upset and just pretty much pretty much just ignoring Reginald's presence in general.
Ruin their day.
Boy.
He looked exceptionally ticked off, like, man, this day could not get any worse. He's just been getting yelled at by everyone today.
Well, I suppose we probably haven't seen the last of them, but maybe we steer clear of them for a little while. I don't want to tip our hand that you may have been deceiving them.
It's alright, yeah. Well, we've hopefully, thrown a spanner in there, whatever they were planning anyway, so hopefully, it'll all work itself out.
All right, so I think we're there's nothing else exciting on the train ride.
So the rest of the train ride goes pretty smoothly. You guys kind of just like watch out the window sometimes at the forest flying by. Sometimes you nap. Sometimes you just entertain yourselves. The motley crew of Savos, Dave, and Gerald kind of just entertain each other by like playing cards. At one point, Dave asks to play with your deck of minor illusions, Rinto, but you're just like, no, this is all mine, kind of thing. And they just start throwing cards around at each other.
I join them and start throwing cards around.
And I'm trying to sleep.
Are you throwing the regular cards or just like
Just regular
the random
cards, yeah, regular.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys make it very hard for Mal to sleep, but eventually he kind of like nods off for a bit. And soon the train starts slowing to a stop. This time a lot more naturally. Like there isn't a giant roadblock in the way. And the attendants come around announcing that it is time for anyone going to Viren to get off the train.
Yeah,
I suppose that's us.
Get off here?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
I think that's a good idea. It was a long enough trip. Let's get out, stretch our legs, and see what's local here.
Alright, so yeah, we hop out and have a look at the city.
All right. Yeah, so you guys hop out, and the first thing you see is this big, like, expansive dome just kind of covering this city. Well, not really a city, but like it's a decent sized settlement. There's this like big open space where the city's just been kind of plopped down into this like clearing where some trees have been kind of like thinned out so that a lot of homes and things could be built in the center, still kind of like protected from the sky but not quite as much. And this dome looks, it kind of like shimmers when you look at it from certain angles. Like it's not quite like physical. It's more of like it's like a force field kind of thing. So yeah, you guys come into into the city, and it's a lot quieter than the city on the World Tree. A lot calmer, a lot less people running about, and it looks like they're setting up for some kind of festival.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so kind of a little break in the drama. We get off, and there's a little bit of a festive vibe. Did we notice if Reginald and Rosaria got off, or did?
Yeah,
did
so
we see them?
those two got off as well.
Okay.
A little bit further down on the platform, and
Okay.
they don't really seem to be paying you much mind as they kind of just look around and discuss what they're doing next.
Okay. And so right at the train platform we're at, is it busy? What's the vibe around here?
A few people have gotten off the train from your car and a couple other cars on that one, and then a few people are finally on as well, but it's not like super busy.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn to Rinto and the crew and say, well, you might have the luck your way. It looks like there's a festival in town.
Awesome. Oh, I wonder what they have at this festival. We should go take a look.
Lead the way, Rinto.
Alright, so
Yes.
yeah, I head towards the sound of music and carnival.
Yeah, so it looks like they're mostly just setting up for now. So there's a lot of banners being hung, and
Can I have a look at one of the banners
stalls
and see
being
what it
set
says?
up.
Yeah. What is
Yeah, so the
banner
banners say the Sun Festival.
Sun Festival. Mel, the Sun Festival's on.
Happy day.
Yeah. I've been to plenty of festivals, but I've never been to a sun festival. I wonder whose sun it is.
I don't think they meant that kind of sun, Rinto.
Oh, okay.
Talking about that giant orb up in the sky.
It looks like they're setting all this stuff up. What can I see? Like, what are they setting up? Like, what, tents and stuff?
Yeah, they're setting up like a bunch of different like stalls. It looks like there's maybe some game stalls, some food stalls, and like stalls for selling like little trinkets and things like that.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Can I see, like, where, does it say anywhere when it's gonna start?
You can ask around.
Okay. Yeah. We look just for some people that we can talk to about the carnival, the festival.
Oh, are you new here? Are you new to this area of the forest?
You
Hello.
have no idea.
Yeah, where well, I'm from. I'm gonna say Anthor. I'm from Anthor. We're just coming to visit. I've never been to this city before. Beautiful dome in the sky. Very shimmery. I just want to know. When will this festival start? I see there's some people setting up.
Oh, well, it starts tomorrow. Welcome to Viren. You came at just the right time. The Sun Festival is probably the best festival of the year.
Hmm.
Do you have many festivals?
Oh, just the normal holiday ones. Do you not know the regular festivals or holidays?
You know, I live a pretty secluded life. I don't really know that many
He ate some
festivals.
strange cupcakes. He's a little confused.
I suppose Anthwar never was really very into the festive spirit anyway. They're
Not as
always
traditional.
they're so concerned about just protection in daily life that they kind of forget about the celebration and honoring, the gods and things like that.
Yeah, we
So
did meet someone named Quinton that likes the flair for the dramatic, but besides him, you're right. They're a bit blasé up there.
So what do you do for your different holiday festivals? Is this town generally celebrate them heartily?
Oh, yeah, certainly. We always we're always very excited to honor our gods and traditions, and it's always quite a treat to be able to participate in these festivals.
What are the big events of this of the Sun Festival? Is there anything that we shouldn't miss?
Oh, well, there's always the dancing competition. There's an archery competition and a sword fighting competition. Other than that, there are just the standard festival fare. Good food, good drink.
Is there one of those things you hit with a hammer and the thing goes up?
Sorry, I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, so probably not.
Oh, we've got a chance for some money to be made, Mel. They go wild in my world.
We're gonna start the feats of strength booth.
There's an arm wrestling competition if you want to test strength.
Yeah,
That might be up your alley.
sounds pretty cool. All right.
What
so
if our characters just retired to this village just to start a booth with a hammer and a bell at the top, and that's the end of the campaign?
every week Odessa just has to tell us how much money our booths made?
Next week.
$3.
Next week,
All right, sorry.
But yeah, what
3
else?
gold and a copper.
Yeah. The end. All right. So what else is in this town besides the carnival? Can we see anything else? Or is it just we just walk straight into the carnival part of it?
Yeah. So it's kind of it's a much smaller scale than Anthwar. So it's a lot more humble. There's more houses than anything else. But there's the main thoroughfare with all of the shops, and pretty much most of the festival is set up through that and the main square. And there's this big pretty fountain in the center where a lot of decorations are strung up around it, and there are these fancy looking lampposts that have these cool magical flickering lights of different colors to kind of decorate along with the colorful banners that are strung about.
Cool. Mel, there's some shops and stuff around. Did you want to get familiar with this city? Did you want to go find a tavern to have a drink at, or?
No, I think we should just ask around and see see if anything has been going on here other than the regular festival activities. Maybe look for anything strange going on. I mean, our friends Rosaria and Reginald were coming to this town for a reason. And they seem to be part of something perhaps a little bit bigger than just them. Maybe we should see if there's anything about the fire lilies around this town. They had this is a destination, I believe, right?
It was their destination for just traveling, but you were
They were part of the Fire Lily faction, and they were headed to Viren. So maybe we should see if there's anything going on with the Fire Lilies, or if anybody knows anything about the two of them or the Fire Lilies here.
Sure. Yeah, you can ask around. Give me just a general charisma check to see what you can kind of coax out of people if you want to ask around.
Sure. Charisma. Ooh, 21.
Nice.
Yeah, so you ask around, and are you just specifically asking about the Fire Lilies then?
Yeah, has anybody heard anything recently about the Fire Lilies or anything strange going on leading up to this festival?
Yeah, so you pull a couple people aside, and a lot of them are just kind of puzzled when you ask about the fire lilies. Like, they're not really sure why you would be asking.
Okay.
No, generally they don't see too much about or from the fire lilies in this part of the woods. You know that they usually hit like bigger settlements and like things like that, where it's like it's more beneficial to them. It doesn't really seem like this is the kind of place where it would be beneficial for them to really interfere much. And
So this is more like where they launder the money rather than do the crime.
then people kind of just like point you in the direction of like a couple different like shops of interest. So there's the Dragon's Roost, which is the local inn. There is the Sturdy Sheath, which is a weapon shop. This is an interesting one. Which is which is a sandwich shop run by a very curious witch